Judge, I have no talent for that sort of thing, or for anything responsible.
Don't you think you should have? After all, most women have the talent and information.
I said be quiet. I often think there's only one thing in the world I have any talent for.
And dare I ask what that is?
Boring thyself to death. Now you know. Yes, I was right. Here comes a professor.
Now, Hedda.
Hedda, I would hope because he sent a message saying he's coming, has he?
No.
Then I expect he'll be here any minute.
Do you really think he's going to come?
I'm always sure he will. What you told us this morning is nothing but idle gossip.
Is it?
Well, you see, Auntie Julia told me she didn't think he'd ever stand by her again.
Oh, well, that's all right then.
So if it's all right then, I think I better wait for him for as long as possible.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. I'm not expecting anyone before 7:30.
Good. Then we can stay and keep Hedda company for a bit and see what happens.
And if the worst comes to the worst, Mr. Lovell can always stay here with me.
What do you mean if the worst comes to the worst?
I mean, if he doesn't want to go out with you and Tesman.
But Hedda, dear, I don't know if it would be altogether the right thing to say with him. This is Auntie Julia's not coming, remember?
Yes, but Mrs. Elvsted is coming over.
Oh, well, that'd be good.
Probably safe for him as well.
Let's see, so why?
Good Lord, Mrs. Tesman. There've been enough withering remarks in the past about knives and bachelor parties. You always used to say they should only be attended by men of the very toughest moral fibre.
Yes, well, I should think Mr. Lovell's moral fibre should be tough enough by now. He is a converted sinner.
Madam, the gentleman's here to see you.
Yeah, show him in.
It's him, I'm sure it is. Extraordinary. Hi there, my dear chap. How nice to see you after all this time.
Thank you for your letter. May I shake hands with your son, sister?
We're delighted to see you. And do you two...
Judge Brack, isn't it?
Well, please spend some time.
Now, Violet, you must make yourself completely at home. Listen to you, Hedda. I gather you're planning to settle in town.
Yes, I'd like to.
Very wise. Listen, I've managed to get hold of a copy of the book, but to tell you the truth, I haven't had time to read it yet.
Oh, I should save yourself the trouble.
What do you mean? Why?
Because it isn't much good.
Extraordinary thing to say.
But I thought it had been very well received.
I intended it to be. So when I wrote it, I made sure everyone would be able to follow it.
Sounds reasonable.
Yes, but Tyler.
Because now I want to try to re-establish myself. Make a fresh start.
Oh, that's it, is it?
But when this one comes out, George Tesman, this one you must read. Because this is a real book. The first one I put myself into.
Is it? What's it about?
It's a sequel.
Sequel? What of?
My book.
Your new book?
That's right.
Yes, but Tyler, I feel like I've never read the present day.
It does. This one's about the future.
The future? But I mean, you don't know anything about that.
No. Even so, there are one or two things to be said about it. Here, have a look. It's in two sections. This first part here covers what will be the formative influences on future civilizations. And the second part deals with what shape those civilizations will take.
Amazing. It would never occur to me to write about anything like that.
No, it wouldn't.
I brought it with me because I thought I might read some of it to you this evening.
Well, that was very kind of you. The only thing is, I don't see how we could fit it in this evening.
Never mind, some of the time.
I should explain, Mr. Lovell. You see, we're having a little party this evening at my house, you know, in honour of Tesman, really.
Oh, in that case I won't.
No, please, I'd be delighted if you could join us.
No, I can't.
Oh, come on, please do. It shan't be more than a chosen few. I'm sure it'll all be very lively, as Mrs. Tesman always says.
I'm sure it will be. All the same,
Oh, come on. You could bring your manuscript and read it to Tesman at my place. I have plenty of room.
Yes, what about that, Island? You could do that, couldn't you?
I'm sure Mr. Lovell would rather stay and have dinner with me.
With you, Mrs. Tesman?
And Mrs. Elvsted.
Oh. Yes, I saw her for a minute this morning.
Did you? Yeah, she's coming over, so that means you're more or less obliged to stay, Mr. Lovell. Otherwise you'll have no one to see her home.
I see. All right. Thank you very much, Mrs. Tesman. I will stay.
Okay, just go and tell the maid.
Island, isn't this new subject, I mean, all this about the future, that you're going to lecture on?
Yes.
They told me in the bookshop you're going to be giving a course of lectures this autumn.
Yes, I am. You can't really blame me for accepting.
Oh, no, of course not, we can't. It's just that
I can see you must find it rather upsetting.
I can hardly expect you to, just for my sake.
But I shall wait until you've been given your appointment.
Wait. Yes, but Island, isn't there going to be this competition?
No. Well, I want to start class feud in public opinion.
Good heavens! Auntie Julia was right all along. I knew it. What about that, Hedda? I love them, isn't going to stand in our way.
Our way? It's nothing to do with me.
What about you, Judge Brack? What do you think about all this?
Well, I think to outclass them is all very commendable.
Oh, yes, it is, certainly. Even
You
so,
look as if you've been struck by lightning.
yes, I feel a bit like that.
Well, after all, Mrs. Tesman, a thunderstorm has just passed over us.
Wouldn't you like to go in and have a nice glass of cold punch?
Before we go, wouldn't do any harm.
Marvellous idea, Hedda. Marvellous. Now I'm in such a good mood.
I'll show you some photographs, shall I, Mr. Lovell? Would you like that? Tesman and I passed through the Tyrol on our way home. See this here, Miss Lovell? This is the Ortler range. Tesman's written the names underneath. See the Ortler range, name around.
Hedda? Gabler.
What?
Hedda.
Yes, that was my name once, when you and I used to know each other.
So from now on, the rest of my life, I'm going to stop saying Hedda Gabler.
Yes, you must. I think you ought to start practicing. The sooner the better, I'd say.
Hedda Gabler married. And to George Tesman.
Yes, that's the way things happen.
Oh, Hedda, how could you throw yourself away like that?
What do you mean?
Hedda, I was just wondering, would you like us to bring in some punch?
Oh, yes, why don't you? Thanks.
Cigarettes?
No.
Great.
Now tell me, Hedda, how could you go and do a thing like that?
If you go and call me Hedda, I shall not want to speak to you at all.
Can't they even call you Hedda when we're alone?
No. You can think it, but you mustn't say it.
I see. It's an insult to your love for George Tesman, is it?
Love, don't be ridiculous.
So you don't love him?
That doesn't mean I'd never be unfaithful to him, because I wouldn't.
Just tell me one thing. What?
Why are you serving it yourself?
I just think it's such fun doing things for you, Hedda.
Now you've brought out both classes. Mr. Lovborg doesn't want any.
Yes, but Mrs. Alston will be listening.
Oh, Mrs. Alsted.
Yeah, probably right.
We've been so engrossed in this. Do you remember this little village?
Oh yes, that's the one involving the Brent pubs, where we spent the night.
And met all those lively summer visitors?
Yes, that's it. I really wish we had you with us, Hedda.
Can you just tell me one thing?
What is it?
Was there no love in the feeling of life? Was there no trace when you started love at all?
I don't know. I wonder. I remember I saw us as soulmates, two really close friends. I remember we were always very candid.
That was what you wanted.
Yes, well, when I look back on it, I often feel there was something beautiful, something courageous, something appealing about our secret closeness, about having a friendship that no one in the world suspected.
Yes, there was, wasn't there? I used to come and spend the afternoons at your father's, and the general would sit by the window, reading the paper, with his back to it.
And we used to sit on the sofa in the corner.
And we looked at that same magazine open in front of us.
Not having a photograph album.
And I would make my confession to you, and tell you things about myself and no one else knew anything about it. I used to sit there admitting I'd been out celebrating all day and night, always to sex. What kind of power did you have over me?
Did I have any power over you?
Yes, I can't explain it in any other way. All those enigmatic questions you used to ask me.
Which you always understood immediately.
How could you sit there and ask me questions like that? Quite openly.
Enigmatically, you just said.
Yes, but openly as well. Asking me about all those things.
How could you answer?
Well, exactly. When I think about it now, I just can't understand. Tell me, wasn't love the basis of our friendship? Did you want to absolve me when I came to confess to you?
Not quite, no.
So what were your motives then?
Do you really find it so difficult to understand? A young girl given the chance with no danger of being found out,
Yes.
wanting to catch a glimpse of a world she knew nothing about.
So that was it.
Yes, part of it.
You shared a passion for life. Why didn't that be single?
That was your fault.
You finished it.
Yes, because there was a great danger that our friendship would be invaded by reality. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Mr. Lovborg, trying to take advantage of your trusting friend.
Why didn't you do it? You threatened to shoot me. Why didn't you?
Because I'm terrified of scandal.
Yes. Because you're a coward, really, aren't you?
A dreadful coward. Luckily for you, you seem to have found true consolation at the Elsteds.
I know fairness confided in me.
Yes, and I expect you've confided in her about us.
I haven't said a word. She's far too stupid to understand a thing like that.
Stupid.
Stupid about that kind of thing.
But now, I'm going to confide something to you. My not daring to shoot you wasn't my most cowardly failure that evening.
Oh, Hedda Gabler. So there was something hidden behind our friendship after all. I can see that now. You and I, you agreed for life as well.
Be careful. Don't jump to any conclusions. Ah, Mrs. Alsted, at last. Perhaps I should go and have a word with your husband. I shouldn't. They'll be leaving soon. Leaving? Yes, they're going on a drinking bout.
You're not going, are you?
No.
Mr. Lovborg is staying here with us.
Oh, it's so good to be here.
No, not there. Here, please. Come over here next to me. I want to sit between you.
Just because you like.
Isn't she beautiful to look at?
Only to look at.
Yes. The two of us, she and I, are soulmates. It means we trust each other implicitly. We can sit and discuss things really openly.
No enigmas, Mr. Lovborg.
I'm so happy, Hedda. He says I've inspired him.
No, really, does he say that?
The way she does things in this business, she has such courage.
Courage, me.
Unlimited courage when it comes to helping your friends.
Well, courage. If only I had some.
What do you mean?
Then perhaps life would be worth living. Now, Thea, dear, you must have a nice glass of cold punch.
No.